The Quiet Boy. A small boy sits alone in a sun-drenched room in South Africa. While the sounds of other children playing drift through the window, young Elon remains perfectly still, lost inside the pages of a book. Even at this age, something burns quietly behind his eyes. The world of books. Elon discovers the local library. He reads everything: science, history, technology, space. Books become his closest companions. They do not judge him, they do not hurt him. They only expand the universe inside his mind, the dream under the stars. Late at night, a young boy lies on his back and stares at the open sky. His mind drifts past the clouds, past the moon, into the deep black of space. He whispers to himself, one day, humanity will live out there. One day. The pain of being different. School is a battleground. Elon is quiet, awkward, and different, and other children can sense it. They mock him in the hallways, insult him in the classroom, and exclude him from everything. Being different, he learns early, comes with a heavy price. The day violence found him. The bullying escalates beyond words. A group of boys attacks Elon with brutal force. He is beaten badly enough to be carried to a hospital. Lying there, bruised and broken, a lesser soul might have surrendered. Elon does not, dreaming through the darkness. Even during his most painful nights, lonely, hurting, and misunderstood, Elon retreats into his imagination. He dreams of electric cars racing silently across highways. He dreams of rockets tearing through the atmosphere. The dreams keep him alive. The boy who taught himself. At just 12 years old, Elon sits in front of an old computer with a programming manual. He has no teacher, no tutor, only curiosity and stubborn determination. Line by line, he teaches himself how to code an entire language from scratch. Blastar is born. After weeks of work, Elon completes his first video game, Blastar. It is simple, imperfect, but entirely his own creation. When he sells it for real money, something shifts inside him. For the first time, he realizes ideas can become things. Things can become income, leaving everything behind. Elon makes a decision that shocks those around him. He packs up his entire life and leaves South Africa, leaving comfort, family, and familiarity to chase something he cannot even fully name yet. He arrives in North America with almost nothing, just ambition, sleeping on the floor. Elon and his brother cannot afford an apartment, so they rent a tiny office space. During the day, it is a workplace. At night, it becomes their bedroom. They roll out sleeping bags on the cold floor and rest just long enough to wake up and grind again. No money, no comfort. There are days when food is a luxury they cannot afford. They shower in public facilities. They wear the same clothes repeatedly. Every dollar they save goes back into the business. Elon does not complain. He treats this hardship as the price of entry. Zip2 is born. From that tiny office, Elon and his brother build Zip2, a software company that helps newspapers publish online maps and city directories. The idea is humble, but the execution is relentless. Elon codes through the night, driven by a vision that most people around him cannot yet see. The wall of rejection. Investor after investor turns them down. Doors close in their faces. People hear Elon's pitch and smile politely, then walk away. The rejection is constant and crushing. But Elon treats every no like a compass, pointing him toward a better version of his idea. The first real victory. Zip2 is acquired for hundreds of millions of dollars. For the first time in his life, Elon Musk has real money, serious money. He could stop here, retire at 30, live a life of ease. But as he stares at the number in his bank account, he feels only one thing: restlessness. The birth of PayPal. Elon pours his winnings into a new idea, a company that will let people send money online using nothing but an email address. The idea sounds almost too simple, but simplicity, he has learned, is the most powerful kind of revolutionary. PayPal changes the financial world forever. The fire inside. After PayPal's billion-dollar sale, Elon sits quietly and asks himself one question: what does humanity actually need? The answer he arrives at is staggering in its ambition. He decides he will work on two things simultaneously: saving the planet and making humans a multiplanetary species. The impossible dream of SpaceX. Elon announces the formation of SpaceX. His goal, build a private rocket company that can send humans to Mars. The reaction from the aerospace community is swift and merciless laughter. Ridicule. Experts line up to explain, in great detail, why this will never work. Millions poured into fire. Elon invests the majority of his personal fortune into SpaceX. Engineers are hired. Rockets are designed. A remote launch site is established. He is spending money at a terrifying rate, but he has done the calculations. And he believes in the math more than he believes in the critics. The first explosion. Launch day arrives. The world watches. The rocket rises. And then, in a spectacular burst of fire and smoke, it tears itself apart. Millions of dollars of work disappear in seconds. Elon watches the explosion replay on a screen. He does not cry. He asks, what went wrong, and how do we fix it? The second failure. The team rebuilds. Months of work. The second rocket launches and fails again. Another explosion. Another public humiliation. The media runs headlines predicting the imminent death of SpaceX. Some employees begin quietly updating their resumes. Tesla is bleeding. While SpaceX burns through cash, Tesla, Elon's electric car company, is simultaneously drowning in debt. Suppliers are threatening to walk, production is a disaster. Investors are losing faith. Two historic companies are collapsing in parallel, and Elon is the man holding both of them together. The third explosion. The third SpaceX launch ends just like the others in failure. Elon now has almost nothing left financially. He is personally exhausted, emotionally shattered, and publicly humiliated. In a later interview, he will admit he came very close to a complete nervous breakdown. The darkest hour. This is the lowest point. Not the childhood bullying. Not the sleepless nights on office floors. This moment, standing at the edge of total ruin, with the whole world expecting him to fail, is the hardest test Elon Musk has ever faced. And he refuses to quit. One last chance. SpaceX scrapes together just enough resources for a fourth and final launch. If this rocket fails, the company is finished. There is no fifth attempt, no backup plan. Elon gathers his team, looks them in the eye, and tells them to build the best rocket they have ever built. The launch that changed history. The countdown begins. Engines ignite. The rocket lifts. Seconds pass, 5, 10, 30. Engineers grip each other's arms. Elon stands motionless, staring at the data feed. Then 1 minute passes, then 2. The rocket reaches orbit. The room erupts. Grown men weep openly. NASA comes calling. The successful launch sends shockwaves through the aerospace industry. Shortly after, NASA signs a contract with SpaceX validating what every expert said was impossible. A private company, built by a man who was nearly bankrupt 6 months earlier, is now a partner of the most powerful space agency on Earth. Tesla transforms the world. As SpaceX rises, Tesla finds its footing too. The Model S launches and stuns the automotive world with its performance and elegance. Skeptics who once called electric vehicles a fantasy are suddenly standing in line to buy one. The car industry, a century-old and deeply resistant to change, begins to transform.
The boy from South Africa. The same child who was thrown into a hospital by bullies. The same teenager who slept on a library floor devouring books about space. The same young man who showered in public facilities while coding through the night. He now stands at the center of 2 revolutions, one on land, one in the sky. What the story is really about. This is not a story about wealth. It is not about genius or luck or being in the right place at the right time. It is about something far more difficult and far more rare, the ability to keep believing in yourself when the entire world has decided you are wrong. The lesson that lasts forever. Every person reading this carries a dream that the world has laughed at. Every person has felt the weight of failure pressing down on their chest. Elon Musk's life is not a fairy tale, it is a blueprint. And the blueprint says one thing clearly: never stop. Not when it hurts, not when you're broke, Not when you're alone. Never stop. You said, Harsinka hamko image from leak cardo. Harsinka hamko image from leak cardo. 14:5-2. Claude responded, Yahan Hain. Sabi 30 scenes. K. Image. Prompts cinematic hour. Detailed style.